taxes, inflation, and the breakdown of the family are causing us to fall behind. We have the lowest net worth in the United States, and I'm sure those numbers cross the border as well.
Some people get the disability tax credit and they don't open the registered disability savings plan, and that's where the government puts in all the money of grants and bonds for a person with a disability who has done all the steps. Some people don't do all the steps.
Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care, and being part of that team, reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. And as always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. Broadcasting live on March 10th. Lots of things going on in the area that I'm in Toronto. It's March break for public school and I guess, elementary school students. So that's kindergarten, I think, to grade 12. That's their break. I know last week or the week before was for college and university students, so that's a week off. So it is a little quieter, I think, and a lot of parents have added responsibilities or have to make arrangements for their kids for being at home. Blessed in Toronto, there was supposed to be a strike by the City of Toronto workers that would have closed facilities for daycare, etc., community centers. It was averted, which is a good thing, and that means that less potential chaos. Myself, I have to admit, yesterday the clocks went forward, and I'm still trying to adjust to it. It was a long day yesterday. First of all, early in the morning, I had to attend. Was at 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to attend a 2-hour session virtually. And then I had to go out and do some stuff till about 1 o'clock, 1:30. On top of that, I had to do 2 shows yesterday, 5 o'clock, Black Canada Talking, 8 o'clock last night, Black Men Can Talk. I haven't had as positive, productive of a day in a long time, but it was a long day, plus with the time change. And finally, my watch, yesterday, for some reason, I have a digital watch and it was showing 1 hour behind yesterday. And I said, what's going on? What's going on? It's finally showing the right time now. So hooray, hooray. It's done. It's done. We're back to regular time on my watch. Cause I like wearing my watch. I don't know. Actually, quick pop quiz. How many people wear a watch these days? Or do you use your cell phone to check the time? Or do you not wear a watch or at all? I'd be curious, and lots of people already in here. So, hey, fantastic to have you here. Shout yourselves out, put some comments in the comments section, and that'd be fantastic. Okay, the producer says, I use a phone. Great, fantastic. Canada has, well, not officially, but in a few days, we'll have a new prime minister in Canada. Congratulations to Mark Carney, who won the Liberal Party's leadership vote by an overwhelming amount. And probably by the end of this week, we'll have a brand new prime minister in Canada. And I'm so used to Pierre. Justin Trudeau will no longer be prime minister of Canada after 10 years. Isn't that crazy? And for Canadians, we're so used to having Justin Trudeau as prime minister. He will not be prime minister, and in the next few months, we'll have an election. One will probably be called sooner rather than later. So I'm excited we're exciting times in Canada. Very, very exciting times in Canada. Again, want to shout you out. And Ryan Knight, I'm hoping will be here. I don't know. Ryan has a lot going on as per usual. And plus, with his kids, he may be occupied because it is reading week. What else is going on in the world? Weather-wise, as I said, we're starting to have that U-turn. We're getting sunnier days and a little bit warmer days going on in the world. and beginning to see. I'm actually really focused on beginning to exercise more, aka Carolyn, you're in the background, and getting to get some work done around the house. One of the things I want to focus on over the spring and summer is getting a lot of stuff done around the house, cleaning, get rid of stuff, etc. And seeing this warmer weather is getting me energized to do that sort of stuff. And that's, I don't know, anything else? Anything else going on today? I'm not sure. Oh, look who's in the house. Well, we had, so actually, my producer noticed we had Destiny Savory saying morning watching for Niagara Falls, Ontario. She was in the room before we even started. So Destiny, I hope you're still here. Good morning. Pardon me, Fitness IQ Cam. Hope all is fine. And when you have some time, I'd love to chat with you, Fitness IQ Cam. Yeah, I would. If you have time in your, well, I know it's a very busy time for you this year, Fitness IQ Cam. Tax season. If I don't hear from you for another few months, I understand, tax season, and but I fully get it. What else? What else can we rap about before we get into it? Carolyn is in the green room. I just want to make sure that, Carolyn, your camera is working so we can bring you on in a few moments. Fitness IQ Cam, this daylight savings time mashed me up. Yeah, it smashed me up a little bit too. It usually doesn't mash me up, but yesterday, yeah, I was really mashed up yesterday. I'm still not fully adjusted. So maybe Carolyn can give some suggestions on getting on the right clock, because I'm not there yet. And again, having such a long day yesterday, I almost feel that after today's show, I'm going to go for a nap or something. And I also have some, I have a condition that I hope Carolyn can provide suggestions with too, that's been lingering a little bit. So it's all in. And Fitness IQ Cam says, we will connect this week for sure. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, good morning, Eddie Jumba. Hi, hope to see you. And Pastor Eddie, we need to get in contact with each other this week. I have some more stuff for the new Canadians of your church. I will make a point of giving you a call today so we can catch up with each other, and hope your trip back home was a successful one. That is good. All right. Glad to have some people here, and don't be afraid to shout yourselves out and put some stuff in the comments, even on replays, because I go through my replays to check comments, by the way. And I don't know, anything else? Anything on people's minds in the comment section live before we go to break and we get down on it, because I'm really always looking forward to having Carolyn on. I haven't seen and heard from her in a long time, and I know I just speaking that she's keeping up her sleeping habits, because I see a lot of stuff that her and her team are doing, and I always want to make sure that they're taking care of themselves. All right. Oh, coming up on Friday of this week, Wayne Harris will be coming on and talking about, we usually do Financial First Fridays. The first Friday of this month, March was last Friday, but Wayne is traveling, but he'll be back for this Friday. And I believe one of the things he wants to talk about is tariffs. And I don't know, has anyone, whether you're Canada, US, or have you been impacted by the tariffs yet? I haven't yet. And it seems that the President of the United States keeps on pushing things back, but has anyone been impacted by them yet? I'd be very curious to know if you've been hit by tariffs yet. But Wayne will be with us on Friday, and we have a guest next a week from Monday. We have consistent guests most of the time on the Morning Vibe. The last few shows before that was just myself and Ryan. The guests are back. And I have to go back and find out what we've got. I think we're coming near an anniversary of the 3 or 4 years of doing the Morning Vibe, believe it or not. Gotta find out what that is. But let's go to commercial. When we come back, we will have Ms. Carolyn Nichol, CHN, and she's going to provide suggestions for remedies for myself and others. So we'll be back in 30 seconds, and I am excited. My energy is going up because Carolyn's going to be on the screen. So we'll be back in 30 seconds. Whenever I'm around, it's the home of epic conversations.
So many of us are blind to the fact that they don't know what they don't know.
We sort of appreciate all the help that we're giving, all the help that the government is giving us, but we as people, we have to unite together.
Confidence is something that's very impactful, because that is something that you carry with you.
Oh, that mic drop. All right, so all right, we are back, and you know what? I'm going to do something. I'm going to put a poll right quick in the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, because I want to get people engaged right from the beginning. So I am going to do a poll right now. Have you had or do have a cold or flu this year? Okay. I am putting up a poll that is relevant. Have you had or do you have a cold or flu this year? In the YouTube channel, and if you're watching on the YouTube channel live, you know what that is, but I'm going to announce it in a few moments. All right, let's go. And someone's already answered. Okay, love it. People are already answering the poll, which is fantastic. And I think Carolyn may be watching, so she sees my question. So I want to make sure we get her going. All right. Please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. We are this close to 710 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed on the YouTube channel and you feel up to it, please, please, please do that. Follow the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Please email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. If you want to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm a part of, email me again. dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Cannot forget Indie Soup Media, the home of Dr. Tachi's content creators. About 30 of them just launched their new season last week. And there is the address on YouTube. There is the address for the website, but the best place to watch it is on YouTube. All right, we have people in the audience. Let's go here. Serena Wills. Well, I can always count on Serena Wills here because Carolyn's here. Aha! Good morning, everyone from the DMV area. Serena Wills, hope you and your growing son are keeping fine and safe. And she also says, hey, Fitness IQ. All right. Got love going on in the building. And it's about that time. It's the second Monday of the month. And we always get incredible engagement because of this lady. First of all, because her heart. Number one, her heart, and she brings such great energy, such great knowledge, and she really cares about people. I know that. I'm a testimonial about that. And she's drinking water, and I've got my water here today too, because I need my water. Or from where I just came from, they have a WATA, water. That's how they put on their bottles. Good morning, Carolyn Nichol. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm okay. I could be a better congestion wise. I could be better, and I always seem to get this stuff in the winter time. So it's apropos that you are with us today. But as always, what's been going on in your world?
Everything good. All wonderful things. Loving the snow. That's for sure. I know Toronto's getting warmer, but here where I live, we're like snow up to our waist. And last night, snow came down like
again.
rain. It's so beautiful. It's so incredible. Yeah. So I've been
Oh,
snowshoeing a lot. I've been, but we are really good things. We just had our February retreat, which was so amazing. Took all these Canadians that have never that stay hibernated all winter out for some snowshoeing on the lake, cold plunges outside. It was incredible. So we've got our March spring retreat coming up, which should be really great. And then we just had our Healthy Home Expo. It's been a very, very busy beginning of the year.
yes. And you know what? I couldn't attend
No,
because
that's okay.
I was traveling, but I still want to. Do I have your permission to donate admission to it?
Of
I still want to
course.
give.
Yeah.
I want to give. I want to give. So I will chat offline and on how to do that and how to make that happen. How is your family? How is the team? Okay, Carolyn is frozen a moment, but she should be back with us in just a moment. All right, she's frozen, so that's okay. We will just go to some comments. All right, first thing, Fitness IQ Cam says, "Hey, Serena." And then Serena Wills goes, "I had the flu badly last week. My son 2 weeks before me, and he had it the month before too. We can use this show today, regaining energy." Yeah. Serena Wills goes, "Cold plunges outside." Believe it or not, Serena, that is still in my mind. Doing this cold plunge. Okay, Carolyn is back.
Yeah, sorry.
She comes back on the screen when cold plunges are mentioned. And I'm just saying, Serena Wills said cold plunges outside. She goes, ew.
You know what? It was really incredible. So all of the participants, we let them know when they arrive on the Thursday what we're going to be doing every morning. And all of them asked if they could please bow out. They don't want to do it. They're not.
Good.
Honestly, this happens every year. And everybody gets so scared of them. And this year, the water was like, oh, you think there was a layer of ice on top. It was so cold. But once you get in that barrel sauna and it's heated up to 130 degrees and you are sweating hot in there, you just walk right outside and jump in the cold water. It is the most exhilarating experience. And by Sunday, everyone was like, yes, bring me back there. So it was really amazing.
Next subject.
No, not
all right. Well, you know what? I haven't let it go. Oh, just to interrupt, on the YouTube page, apropos, the question is, have you had or do you have a cold or the flu virus this year? 50% of the people I answered saying yes, 50% of the people saying no. Also,
this year's not that long.
Well, all right, but okay. But again, I want to go back to Serena Wills' comment saying she had the flu badly last week.
Oh, wow.
And she said, my son 2 weeks before me, and he had it the month before too. We can use this show today, regaining energy. Okay, good morning, GR Houston Jack, a member of the Indie Soup family, says good morning all. Serena says good morning, G. And also GR back to Serena says, good morning, Serena. And then GR Houston Jack, it's on my list of activities to try. So you have an excited person.
Look at that.
You have an excited person. GR, why do you want to try that? I want to know what's your reasoning for trying that. And update on the poll, 57% say no, 43% say yes in regards to having the flu or a cold. Fitness IQ Cam says LOL. And she says also no to trying the cold plunge. Well, and you know what? This is great. People are really reacting on this poll. It's now 50-50. So there's already engagement in regards to that.
Awesome.
So I said one of the things I want to do today is get people engaged from the get-go. So again, if you're watching the Dr. Vibe YouTube channel live, question of the day, have you had or do you have the flu or a cold this year? All right. And look at this. Serena Wills goes, gee, I'll watch you do it. And I'll watch you as you do it, LOL. And then GR says, I'm down for a few extreme activities. And that is one of them. She says, I'm down for a few activities. And that is one of them. Why not? GR, why don't you come up to Toronto? So that I know that would be big here. And then Serena says, the flu was and is going around my son's school like wildfire. It's scary.
Yeah.
Okay, we are now 50-50 on the poll. And you can start, or I have questions for you.
Well, as I was listening to your, put the clocks ahead, put the clocks back, this is brutal. It's actually, besides trying to go to bed early, I feel like I'm suffering this morning. I feel very tired, and it takes me 2-3 days, sometimes a week, to recover from this hour loss of sleep. It's actually, it's really, as somebody put it, a very well-known speaker, he says it's a terrible science experiment that the government does to humanity every single year here in North America. There's more deaths, there's more heart attacks, there's more health issues in this 1 week alone from losing that hour than there is any other time of the year. So yeah, it's terrible. It's hard on the body, just that 1 hour, which shows us how important sleep is. But I woke up in a daze this morning. I'm just like, I needed that extra hour. It's really, really hard on the system. So the best thing you could do is try to get to bed this week earlier than usual. But yeah, it's really tough on the system. Okay,
well, and it's funny. For some year, this year is the year I felt, and I'm still not right. And my sinuses are a mess, to be honest with you. So I want to chat with you offline about that. But GR Houston Jack says, I'm volunteering in an elementary school now, and I'm concerned about what I may pick up from the littles. I'm here for natural remedies. Excellent. And you see the background we have when Carolyn's on. Got to make sure we represent right. Do you want to go with 5 lists, or do you want some questions from me and then go into the 5?
You can go. I've got my 5 ways, but if you want to ask some questions, or if you want me to jump in, it's totally up to you.
Okay, I want to ask some questions, get the flow going, because the audience is already in. Many people turn to medication first when they feel sick. Why do you believe natural methods are important for fighting viruses?
So that's a great question. Here's the thing about over-the-counter medication. For some reason, as soon as we hear over-the-counter, we think that it's not dangerous. But unfortunately, your cough syrups have sugar, they have alcohol, they actually depress your immune system because, especially an antibiotic, it starts killing all of the good probiotics. There's a reason why it's called an antibiotic. It will take your body 8 to 10 years to repopulate what damage you've caused.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Repeat that again.
8 to 10 years to repopulate the damage that one round of antibiotics has caused. Yeah, it's very, very, very dangerous. And we think that because a doctor prescribes it, or because it's over the counter, it's not going to do any danger. But even your Tylenol, even your NyQuil, do you know there's warning signs on the bottle? You can read about it. You can actually look into it. Tylenol, Advil, all these acetaminophen are very, very damaging on the liver. And right away, we will jump to just taking them, because it's a temporary relief, but we aren't thinking about the long-term detriments. And there are long-term detriments.
I think you just put shock in, I think, a number of people who have watched this live or the replay already. Oh boy. Wow. You had to come up with a knowledge bomb so early? All right. J.R. Houston Jack says, oh, snap. That's a long time. And good morning, Frequency Event Promotions. Good to have you here as usual. Wow. Like, like you sort of like put me in suspended animation. All right. Then let me ask you, can you explain the role of the immune system in fighting viruses and how nutrition plays a part in strengthening it?
Yes. So as far as the immune system goes, I mean, your immune system is incredible. It's amazing. You know, you have mast cells, you have B cells, you have killer T cells, you have different types of soldiers in your immune system. And 80% of your immune system actually lies within your intestinal tract. So if you have poor digestion, or if you've been taking antibiotics, or if your food is causing damage in your stomach, you are automatically going to inhibit your immune system from functioning, because 80% of your immune system is actually in your intestinal tract. So it's extremely important that you are hitting your digestive system with foods that actually bring healing and not harm. And I'm telling you, your immune system is everything. Talk to somebody with an autoimmune disorder where their immune system is fighting against itself. It's a terrible situation. So, you know, you are, and what we're going to learn too is that it's not just the immune system, but it's the immune system messengers. So you've got cytokines that look at what the virus is and go and tell your immune system exactly which cell to send out. Are we going to send the mast cells out? Are we going to send the killer T cells out? Which cells are we going to send out based on what this virus is? It is an incredible communication system that has every ability to fight every disease. If you are suffering with a cold, or if you are suffering with a disease that your immune system didn't catch, it's because your immune system is weak, but it was never designed to be weak. Your body should always be able to fight every single disease and virus.
You know, we're only half an hour into the conversation today, and the knowledge bombs are dropping and on fire everywhere from Carolyn Nichol. So a few things before we go on. If you have any questions about physical health for Carolyn, please email her at info@energyshackjuicebar.com and say you saw her in the Morning Vibe. Also, if you want to get a consultation, there is the link, and all these things I'm saying at this point are in the comments section on most of the platforms of mine that you're watching live on the replay. There is the website address, there's the email address, there is Instagram, there's Facebook, there's a phone number. And people say, oh, does Carolyn do stuff outside of Toronto? Carolyn is global. All right? Globals. And then special offer, consultation with nutritionist for $49 instead of $110 when you mention the Morning Vibe or Dr. Vibe. Email her at info@energyshackjuicebar.com. All right, let's get back to this. Another conversation piece. You know what? I'll let you get into your 5 now, because this, some of the things I may ask may cross into that. So I'll let you get into your 5 now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing is that even before getting into the 5, what I want everyone to understand is that prevention is key. Okay. So, and there's also something else to note is that there's nothing wrong with catching a cold. The problem is when a cold catches you. Okay.
No. Rewind. Say that again for us, please.
There is nothing wrong with catching a cold. The problem is when the cold catches you. Okay. When it takes you down. It's no longer just a few sniffles and a little bit of coughing. You are taken down. So you are non-functioning for days at a time, and for some people, weeks at a time. And right now, there is we haven't put a name on it because then we'll shut everything down. But there's a really strong virus going around that's taking people down for weeks. There's lots of coughing, there's fevers. For some people, there's diarrhea. There is a really strong virus that's going around that seems to be really, really strong. Again, you should have the immune system ability to fight such a cold or virus. But the key would be, again, you catch a little bit of a cold, it's awesome actually, because your body, when it gets a virus, your immune system has the ability to create a natural antibody so that if that virus enters your system again, it will automatically fight. That's the concept behind vaccines, is that they put a little bit of the virus in your body so that your immune system will make a natural antibody. But that happens, you don't have to inject yourself with a vaccine to do that. Your body naturally does that. So to catch a cold is not such a bad thing, because it actually creates more of a data production in your immune system, and it actually has more data on different viruses and how to fight them. So not a bad thing. But when that virus actually overrides your immune system, and now you're going in through an inflammation response, you're getting feverish, you can't move, your body aches, it hurts, you're in bed. Well, now your immune system, the virus is winning, the cold has caught you, you didn't just catch a cold, and now this is where the misery begins. So in order to prevent that, yes, you need to eat healthy. Exercise is so key. When you move your body and you are pumping your arms, your legs, your entire system, your lymph system is being pumped and it moves around and it's strengthened. So by eating healthy, getting to bed early, which we'll talk about, and just getting good, healthy exercise in, that's good prevention. But there are 5 ways that if you catch a cold, you can truly do to help strengthen your immune system so that you can get out of this little rut.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Serena Wills says, that was me most of last week. I was not functioning.
Yeah,
And
it's not a good situation.
No, and Fitness IQ Cam says, I've heard about this. And Vincy Queen says, sadly, had that virus 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And just updating poll-wise on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel. The question of the morning is, have you had or do you have a cold or flu this year? 50-50. So there's a lot of people that have been impacted. All right, let's go to your first point.
All right. So number 1, it's the first sign of your cold or your flu virus or whatever you're starting to feel, you need to catch it immediately. Okay. Don't wait until it starts to I think I'm catching a cold. These remedies that I'm going to suggest, you want to do this at the first sign that you are not feeling 100%. Okay. So right at that beginning, those soldiers are coming out. Give them as much power and strength to just overcome this virus. And the first thing is garlic. Garlic is an absolutely powerful natural antibiotic. And I know that this information is not totally new for everybody, but I think we underestimate the power of what we have even on our kitchen counter, in our kitchen fridges. But garlic is it is such a powerful natural antibiotic. And what I'd recommend is that you take 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, squeeze some lemon juice, so maybe just half or a full lemon, add a bit of water so it blends. You can put a tip of honey, but don't put too much honey, okay? And make sure it's a raw, unpasteurized honey. And just blend that up and take 2 tablespoons 3 times a day, okay? So it's like what we nickname in our house the garlic medicine. Kind of tastes like salad dressing, but you're just taking about 2 cloves of garlic, the juice of 1 lemon, and about a half a teaspoon of raw honey. Add a bit more water if you need to help it blend, okay? And just put that in your blender and just take 2 tablespoons 3 times a day.
Okay.
Garlic, vitamin C, and honey is a natural antibiotic. Antibacterial, honey is. That right away, if you catch it immediately, your cold should go south.
That's good because about a week ago, I bought a whole big thing of garlic cloves. And I'm going, okay, nice. I know I can do something. I don't know what to do. Now I do. So after this show, I'm going to take one of the, so it's a whole garlic clove
Yes, absolutely.
and then a juice of, can you substitute that with lemon juice or do you need to have squeeze a lemon?
So I would add the lemon juice because now you are adding also the vitamin C component. So definitely I would add the lemon juice in there.
Okay. And then you put it in the blender.
Yes, put it in a blender because the truth is you're not going to want to chomp on garlic. So
No.
once it's blended, chew it a little bit, let it macerate, but you're just going to want to get it in your body as quickly as possible. It's not that enjoyable, but for sure, swish it around in your mouth before you swallow so that it goes through first stage of digestion. But that's just a really simple, I've got lots of remedies that take a lot more time. But the other thing too is that make some hummus that day or throw a garlic clove inside your salad dressing. Add raw garlic wherever you can. Yes, it doesn't make your breath too great. To counteract that, by the way, if you get a grapefruit and you take the seeds of the grapefruit out and just chew on them and spit them out, that will freshen your breath from the garlic.
Yeah, just don't kiss anybody.
Or
No, that is really good. And as I said, I'm going to make that as soon as we finish today. Because when I get up in the morning, and this is with me, if cold draft hits my head, I get congested. And the big thing for me is I got to make sure my head's covered, especially in cold areas, wherever they are. Because if I get congested, it then hits the head, and then the real challenge is if it gets down on the chest.
Yeah, your extremities are so important. So your head, your hands, your feet, they should always be warm because that keeps all of the heat in the body. And
you know what, too? And I want to, okay, hold on a minute. I just want to do, and the thing is, I've got to realize my body is very sensitive. So if my legs or like even in the wintertime, if my arms are not covered and they start to get cold, bad sign.
Yeah.
It's not a good, so I can tell. And hey, there is a pile of people on here this morning. So people, great to have you here, especially if you're live. We are talking with Carolyn Nichol, certified holistic nutritionist from Energy Shack Juice Bar. We're talking about 5 ways to fight a virus naturally. If you have questions, bring them on. Update on our poll on the YouTube channel. 55% of the people who have answered said they have not had a cold or flu virus this season. 45% said yes, but there are a pile of people here also catching up. Serena Wills says, my son has been sick once a month since November.
Yeah, so you should check because that's one thing we're going to talk about which can lead us to the next one is the diet. So sugar depletes your immune system by 25%. With every tablespoon of refined sugar, your immune system goes down 25%. So even if you're eating too much fruits, it's going to turn to sugar. But any kind of, if your child's kind of a bit of a sugar person or we're always having treats, sugar is a killer on the immune system. So your diet is very, very important. You are going to want to make sure that you feel a cold coming on. Don't touch a cookie. Don't touch the pop. Don't put sugar in anything. That sugar is going to kill your immune system, which is already working very hard to fight this virus.
Folks, I'm putting myself on mute once while here because I'm getting a little bit of a cough.
Yeah, Sue, we should talk.
We have to, but you and the family are important. So JR Houston Jack says, oh no, Serena, wishing you both healthier days going forward. Good morning, the flu plane. Love that you are here. Hello, Dr. Vibe. Yes, good to have you here. The flu plane says, I heard garlic will kill parasites.
Yeah, kill parasites, heal candida. Honestly, if I was trapped anywhere or lost anywhere or had to be on a desert island, I would bring garlic and charcoal. Like they would save your life on almost any level.
Right. He also says, hello, Serena. The food plane says, and then Vincy Queen from Facebook says, I saw something where if you have a glass bottle and half the bottle with garlic and then cover it with unpasteurized honey and sit it for a couple of days, then you use the remedies to treat a cold. So that sounds something like what you were saying.
Yeah, so then the garlic will ferment, which is not a bad thing. It will help to produce some probiotics. So that is not a bad thing.
All right. The food plane says, hello, Houston. Also, Ryan Singh says, my son was born with a persistent cold. Is that possible?
Yeah.
I have never heard of that before. Wow. Okay. Hey, good morning. Ray McMillan says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Vibe and Carolyn. When you say sugar, do you mean processed white sugar or raw cane sugar?
I love that question. So here's the thing. Here's the thing as far as it comes to sugar. So if you like raw cane sugar, if you read a label and it says raw cane sugar, what's happening here? You're not chewing on the cane sugar. When you chew on a sugar cane, you aren't getting, all of the sugar that's coming out of that is interrupted by fiber. You know how fibrous it is. You have to chew, spit, chew, spit. If you're going to take the cane and you are going to juice it, and then you're going to take that liquid and you're going to let the water evaporate. So now we're just left with the crystals. You have no fiber to slow down the uptake of sugar into your body. It's too much. There's a reason why God made the cane sugar so fibrous. So whether you're getting a refined sugar or you're getting cane sugar that's been juiced and dehydrated, it's too much sugar for the system. You want to eat your sugars that have the fiber contained in it. So you don't want to juice your apples. You want to eat an apple because the fiber slows down the sugar into the body. But if you juice an apple, you're getting all of that liquid sugar without any fiber to slow its regulation. So a lot of people will say, oh yeah, I'm using raw cane sugar. It's sugar to the body. Maybe you're going to get a few more nutrients, not that many, but it's still not going to be a healthy situation if you are having raw cane sugar or regular sugar because you have no fiber. It's going to deplete your immune system and feed your virus.
You see the people, the Morning Vibe family are in this morning. You notice that?
Yes, they are. We sent out a couple promotions.
They are
reminding.
Yeah, I saw that promotion. Okay, and we got some people in from the Indie Soup Media, Dr. Tachi family in the house. Okay, let's go next. Serena Will says, we had lab work done recently and found out the other week that he has anemia. So we're going for more tests. Any things you want to share with Serena and her son about that?
Yeah, he needs lots of spinach in his life, cooked spinach. So yeah, you've got to get that iron level up, because if your iron levels are if they have anemia, that means that his hemoglobin, his oxygen levels in his blood system are low. That's going to lead to more carbon dioxide. So this is it's like your whole system is suffocating. Oxygen heals and repairs damaged cells. So he's really, actually, no matter how much fresh air he gets, he doesn't have the hemoglobin to be able to carry that oxygen throughout the body. So as you decrease sugar, increase iron-rich foods like spinach and beans, you really can naturally fix the situation.
You know, Carolyn, I really appreciate you so much. You bring so much great information. You bring so much positive energy. You bring your heart, and you really sincerely want to help people.
110%, of course. I can't stand watching people suffer when I feel like, I don't pretend I know everything for sure, but to watch somebody suffer when I know they don't have to be that way, like I could, they could have a fix in like a week, or 3 days for some people. It makes me crazy to watch humanity suffer unnecessarily.
Wonderful. No, that's good. The food plane says turmeric is such a big deal now. Can you speak to that?
Yes, so I don't prescribe to superfoods. I think that there's a place for them, but we have to be careful to get on all of these trains because social media wants something to talk about. So nobody should be having turmeric all the time. If you're having some inflammation issues, the turmeric is good, but it's good for once in a while. So you don't want to be taking vitamin C all the time. You don't want to be taking raw garlic all the time. You don't want to superfood your body all the time because then your immune system is constantly going to be getting this boost. And when it's caught off guard and you're not taking the turmeric or you're not taking the garlic, it's going to be like, where's my boost? It needs to learn how to work naturally by you doing natural things like just going outside and getting sunshine, getting your exercise in, getting your fresh air, just naturally eating a whole foods diet. And then you feel like a virus is coming on. And then it is those times that you're going to want to do these next few things, which we only got to number 1, but I can give number 2.
Well, and I hope you got a little bit of time because the engagement,
Yes.
your energy, the comments, the comments are fire right now. So keep on going.
Number 2, and again, I'm not bringing a lot of new things to the table, but as my daughter reminds me all the time, I say the same things over and over again. She's like, yeah, you know what? We need to hear it 75 times before we apply it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you number 2. You think you're catching a cold? Go to bed. Go to sleep. Okay?
Wow.
So cytokines, your immune system messengers, are produced between the hours of 9 p.m. and 1 o'clock in the morning. You need to be asleep for them to properly do their job of telling your immune system what kind of virus we have and which soldier you need to send out. So if you're pushing a late night on a regular basis, your cytokines are not being produced properly. You need those cytokines. And so those cytokines are produced between those hours. You must be sleeping. You must also have an almost empty stomach. Don't eat dinner and go to sleep because then your body's doesn't have energy to produce cytokines. It has to use its energy to digest food. So we always recommend having dinner at lunchtime and having a very, very light dinner. But as soon as you feel a cold is coming on, doesn't matter if it's 7, 8 o'clock, just go to bed. Leave your window open slightly so you get some oxygen. Put a hat on your head, Dr. Vibe, while you're sleeping so it doesn't catch cold. Get the room as dark as possible and go to sleep. That is probably the number 1 way to give your immune system the strength and power that it needs.
Okay. I'm sorry to say this, but there's a whale of comments we got to catch up on, but that's a good thing. All right. So GR Houston Jack says, good morning, DS, the food plane. Food plane waves back. Ron Foster, who does a great show daily on Indie Soup Media, says, this is great information. Food plane waves back to Ron. Let's do this one. Ron Foster goes, wow. Vincy Queen goes, this is so informative. Well, I'm glad. I hope you don't leave because this is what happens at least every second Monday each month. GR Houston Jack says, duly noted. Didn't consider that about raw cane sugar. GR Houston Jack says, morning, Ron. Ron Foster says, hi, Serena. And then Ray says, that's a great answer, Carolyn. Thank God I grew up in the 60s and 70s in the Caribbean. I got natural foundation. Hayden says, Carolyn mentioned charcoal. Can you speak more on it, benefits, etc.?
Sure. So again, charcoal, we just, social media, the whole media world just loves to jump on bandwagons. And now you have charcoal crust at Pizza Hut. Like, this is so out of control. So charcoal has extremely amazing benefits, because charcoal doesn't absorb, it adsorbs, adsorbs. So basically what charcoal does is it has incredible pulling properties. So if you have like food poisoning, or you have some sort of a stomach flu, gastrointestinal, it will take a poison and it will add it to itself, and it will cling to it because it's so dry and so fibrous, and it will actually just pull it right out of your system. You'll end up just eliminating it through your bowels. But the other powerful thing about charcoal is that if you have toxins within your body, you can put it on the outside. So I get my breast cancer patients or my cancer clients to actually make a charcoal poultice and apply it to your body. We don't have time to explain that here, but you can reach me, do a consultation. I can show you how to make a charcoal poultice, but it will even pull through the pores of your body because it's so strong, which tells you that you shouldn't be on charcoal for very long because it has those pulling properties. So you don't want to be having charcoal toothpaste all the time and charcoal in your bread and charcoal in your drink. You take it when you need it to pull a toxin or a poison out of your body. So, I mean, just growing up my kids the way that I have, as soon as somebody starts throwing up or they have diarrhea, they take the charcoal, mix it with water, drink it, it stops. Almost immediately, it stops. Someone's having an anaphylactic seizure or a response to nuts or soy or something that they consumed, charcoal and water, drink that. It will pull that poison to itself and it'll save your life. If you're starting to have closing in the esophagus or you can't breathe, yeah, charcoal's powerful, but you don't want to take it all the time because it'll start pulling other things from your body unnecessarily.
Wow. And
wow.
And you haven't even got through to number 3 yet, and we got a lot more to go. So, but you see, so when Carolyn's on, she has her water, I have my water. You wonder why? All right, next up, so just to do a reset, and people have a lot of questions, just going to share again. If you have any questions about physical health for Carolyn, email her, info@EnergyShackJuiceBar.com, and say you saw her in the Morning Vibe. Here's the link. If you want to book a consultation, again, special offer, $49 instead of $110 when you mention the Morning Vibe or the Dr. Vibe. Email her at info@EnergyShackJuiceBar.com. There's website information, email information, Instagram, Facebook, phone number. Again, if you're watching on any of my platforms except LinkedIn, that's in the comments section. And again, lots of things. And just an update on our poll. 57% of you said you have not had a cold or flu virus this season, but that's still a high number of 43% said yes, they have. Carolyn, you're making me work today. Like, these comments are flying. I love it. Okay, let's catch up on some comments because we'll hopefully we'll get to number 3. All right, let's. There's a whole pile of things, so let me catch up. All right, Ron Foster says morning G to GR. The food plane, love how you're in because you're right into food. What are the best alternatives to sugar? Your thoughts on sugar from monk fruit?
Do you want to just check the other comments?
Okay, all right. You know what? Let's go to another comment. We'll save that one.
I'll respond to it.
Yeah,
just
okay,
in case there's
no
other
problem.
comments.
Vincey Queen, again, another question. So my children likes to juice oranges. So should I need to have them eat the oranges as opposed to juicing? Wow. Think about
it. You're going to take like 3 or 4 oranges to make 1 glass with no fiber. It's too much sugar. Like, the only time that I would recommend someone's going to drink that kind of a juice is if they've been fasting for long periods of time or a treat for once in a while. It's the information is really messed up with 100% orange juice, 100% apple juice. It's sugar to the body. It's actually the same amount of sugar that's in a cup of pop, and there's no fiber to slow the regulation down. So your glucose gets hit immediately. Your pancreas has to start working immediately. Yeah, it's not a good scene to drink juice.
Yeah. Okay. C Nurse K says, good morning, all. Good morning, C Nurse K. My sister gave me a remedy consisting of boiling red onion, green apple, and lime slice, then sweetened with honey. Should red onion be used raw or boiled for cold remedies?
Okay, actually, onion is one of the things I'm going to talk about next, but
Okay. We'll get, okay.
yeah,
So
and then I'm also going to talk to the monk sugar and what kind of sugars are
okay.
good.
Yeah, you're taking notes down because these people are coming fire today. This is like it's been a while since this has been all in like this. Okay, next up. So Ron Foster is giving a compliment saying you are passionate about helping people. That is so true. That was one of the many things that made me a Carolyn Nicol fan right from the get-go back on Midland Avenue. All right. Serena Wills goes, he's talking about her son. He loves spinach. Thank you so much. It's been a lot on us. We're speaking that he'll get better. We're speaking that he will get better. Serena Wills says, hey, Ron. And Food Plane says, makes sense. Ron is saying, I am healing good and now a cancer survivor for 2 weeks now.
Awesome. Praise the Lord.
All right. Vincy Queen has a question. I may want to write this one down. Struggling with brain fog. What should one do? I think you talked about that earlier on. Did you not?
I didn't, but I would say, Vincy, that's just a whole nother can of worms if you want to book a consultation. But I would say that anything caffeinated is going to cause brain fog. So whether that's coffee, black tea, green tea, even dark chocolate can cause brain fog.
All right. Thank you. Fitness IQ goes, so true. Food Plane goes, great news, Ron. Next, we're celebrating. We love to celebrate victories here. So that's great news, Ron. Okay, Fitness IQ goes, the time I know my immune system is shutting down, it's because I'm exhausted. All right. Serena Wills says, yes, Ron. And Serena Wills goes, I've been eating lighter for dinner and my sweet spot of when to eat. All right. Fitness IQ says, congrats, Ron. Ron says, this is so true. Sleep is medicine. J.R. Houston Jack says, a proper sleep schedule makes all the difference, especially when we're sick. Ron says, thank you to Fitness IQ Cam. Vincy Queen says, Carolyn, you suggested years ago that I sleep with my window slightly open in the winter, and I thought it was crazy. During COVID, I started practicing this, and I found it extremely beneficial. All right. GR Houston Jack says, charcoal is more amazing than I figured. I was just using it to keep the fridge smelling fresh.
Oh.
Ryan Singh, my wife washed fruits with charcoal, and it took a lot of the contaminants out.
Yes.
All right. Serena Will says, wow, I would love to hear about this charcoal to put on your skin. That was great to hear about all the benefits of charcoal. You're dropping knowledge bombs, Carolyn. Ron Foster said, they gave me this charcoal thing. We may need to do a show on charcoal.
We might have to do a show on charcoal.
They gave me a charcoal water mix while I was in Ghana and having severe diarrhea. Okay. Vincy Queen goes, Dr. Vibe, where's the poll link? Can you please share it? You have to go to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube. That's where you can do it. And GR Houston Jack says, I didn't know that, Ron. I had no idea charcoal could do that. Believe it or not, we are caught up. So, Carolyn, where do you want to go next? Number 3 or answering some of these questions?
No, I'm going to answer some of the questions. So basically, just to the gentleman's comment there about the sugar. So monk fruit sugar, monk fruit is sugar coming from your dried fruit. So it's definitely a better choice, but it's still a processed sugar. So it doesn't spike your glycemic index the way that regular sugar does. So that's the only benefit, but there's nothing really good in monk sugar for you. So the best way to consume any kind of sugar is to have it in its whole form. So you would have your fruits, maximum 3 in one sitting, and you don't want to eat fruits all through the day. Maybe you're going to do the dates or raisins or dried apricots. Those are, again, in small quantities, a little bit of raw honey, a little bit of date syrup, a little bit of molasses. So sugar to the body is still going to be sugar if you have too much of it. It doesn't matter even if it's good sugar. So, your monk sugar is usually preserved with some chemicals that are not healthy for you, but it's better for a diabetic to use that. Now you want to stay away from your aspartames and your other fake sweeteners. But really the truth is that we should be consuming food in its whole state. As soon as it comes in a powder or a package, it has been processed. So you want to avoid process. And as I mentioned, sort of with the brain fog, yes, is just really staying away from caffeine. But if, we have lots of questions outside of the immune system and colds, just get in touch with me. And just for freebies on our YouTube page and on our Instagram, which is the Energy Shack Juice Bar. There's a other Energy Shack Juice Bar, but the Energy Shack Juice Bar. I do a lot of just 1-minute reels with natural remedies and stuff. So just stay connected wherever you can.
Wonderful. And look who's in the house. Hello, Carolyn Nicol from Dr. Tachi. She also says, hey, Food Plane. Hope everything's so. Dr. Tachi, a lot of your posses here this morning.
Right.
Ron Foster says, avoid processed foods. You can't, yeah. Carolyn says an amen to that 100%. Okay, and Food Plane says, I've been having fun lately, Dr. Vibe. Well, I'm glad you're having fun and bringing your fun to the platform today. That is a good thing. Are there any other questions that need to be addressed right now before you get to number 3? Oh, just an update on the poll, which is on the YouTube channel. And actually, it's been the most active poll we've had so far. 60% of people saying they have not had a cold or flu this season. 40% say no. All right, Carolyn, let's get to number 3.
So number 3 is vitamin C. And here's what I want to tell you about vitamin C is that a lot of people take vitamin C all year long, or as soon as winter hits, we start taking vitamin C. Absolute no-no. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin, and your system flushes it out. It doesn't store it. You're literally wasting money on vitamin C supplements. But as soon as you feel like a cold is coming on, you do that garlic thing, as I mentioned, and just take some vitamin C, but take it in its purest form. Take it like camu or an acerola cherry powder. These over-the-counter vitamin Cs, they're not the healthiest way to get your vitamin C in your body. And also remember that the peels of your lemon, your peels of your orange, your peels of your grapefruit, that's where vitamin C is its most concentrated level. So yes, you might want to eat an orange, but even if you somehow blended, we do a natural penicillin at the store where we actually blend the lemon with the peel, the orange with the peel. We add the camu, we add the garlic. So you can get fancy about it, or you can just grate some of that lemon peel in your water, drink it if you don't have like a pure vitamin C. But stop taking vitamin C all through the year. As soon as you feel like you've got a cold coming on, that's when you just load yourself with vitamin C, and now you'll watch your immune system just come alive.
Okay, Food Plane says, wow. Also, he asks, are probiotics overrated?
Probiotics?
Probiotics, sorry. Biotics, sorry.
I wouldn't say they're overrated. The problem is that nobody should be living off supplements. So you don't want to be on a supplement all the time. But most of us, due to antibiotics, very bad food choices, and high stress levels, we have killed a good amount of probiotics in our system. So I recommend that once any of my clients that start with me, and I'm just like getting them clean, I get them on a probiotic just for 1 month only. And then I'm hoping, and mostly it happens, that they stay this way of eating at least 80% of the time. And you shouldn't need to keep taking probiotics.
Good. Fantastic. Reset. Carolyn Nicol is dropping knowledge bombs, and the audience is reciprocating. They are fully engaged while she's in her happy place, surrounded by snow. That's her happy place, family. Surrounded by snow.
My snowshoes are like at the door, waiting for my 1 o'clock hike. I've got back-to-back clients until 1 o'clock, and in my agenda it says snowshoe hike.
Okay, question here. How do you take camu camu?
So camu is a very bitter berry that's super high in vitamin C. And all you need is 1 teaspoon in half a cup of water. You can even take it in a 1/4 cup of water. It'll just be more concentrated. Just mix it up and drink it on an empty stomach.
Some other things here. More family. Dr. Chachi says, J.R. Houston Jack, hey sis, good morning. Food Plane says, and this is a good thing, while you're having a cold, how much water should you be drinking?
So water is extremely important, but I don't know if you can type this. I had you do it last time, Dr. Vibe, but it's your weight divided by 2 divided by 8. Whether you have a cold or you don't have a cold, water flushes the system, and your entire lymph system is like 90% water. So if you want a good, healthy immune system, you have got to drink water, but it's your weight. Divide that by 2.
Do this in real time. So I'm going to see if I can be your VA for a moment. Consumption. So this is daily water consumption, Riley, right? Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. So let's do this. Okay. So now is your weight in pounds or kilograms?
Pounds, your weight in pounds.
Okay, in pounds. Yep.
Divide that by 2.
Divide 2. Yep.
Now divide that by 8.
Then divide that answer by 8.
So that's the amount of 8-ounce glasses of water that you should be drinking daily. Now, keep in mind that if you're having your bowl of fruits in the morning, you're having your big salad, those are high water concentrated foods, and you should be having that. So if my glasses comes out to 8.5, I might be able to get away with 7.5 if I'm having big salads and fruits every day, and everybody should be.
I like the voice alteration change there. Okay. All right.
So I didn't bring, because there's so many wonderful things to talk about for your immune system, I didn't bring water as one of the 5, but I'm telling you, if you're not drinking water, your lymph system is stuck. They are in a traffic jam. So you have to drink water. Put away juice, put away pop, even put away your herbal tea, your coffee. Get rid of any kind of beverage that isn't water. If you'd like to have a herbal tea, have it at night instead of dinner. But through the day, it's water and only water. That's a freebie number 6 in there.
All right. Vincy Queen says, can you replace water with coconut water?
No, you can't replace water with anything. Unfortunately not.
Okay.
So yes, coconut water is more hydrating than water. I agree, but it doesn't flush and clean the system. Let me ask you a question, okay, Vincy? If you're going to go take a shower or go jump into a bath and they said, you know what, we've changed the tap so that you get coconut water coming down out of your shower head instead of water, is that good? Well, coconut water is great, but it's not going to clean my body. It's not getting me clean. So you need water to get the inside of your body cleaned and flushed. Coconut water is extremely hydrating. So you could have maybe a half a glass of that first thing in the morning as, a hydration boost, and drink water to clean yourself up the rest of the day. But you don't want to replace water with coconut water. You only need water, and more water.
All right. Next, man, the question, you see everything people are, Food Plane says, is it true that you can drink too much water?
Yes. You know, we practice the 8 Secrets of Healing, which is New Start. It's known all over the world, the 8 Laws of Health. And one of them is temperance. And temperance, the definition is not moderation. Temperance is to avoid things that are harmful and be moderate with good things. So you can drink too much water. If your pee is constantly clear, you're drinking too much water. You flushed all the minerals out of your body. Not all, but you flushed so many minerals out of your body. If you have too many almonds, you're going to have digestion issues. If you have too much salads, you're going to tax your organs. You can consume too much of the bad. So temperance is to avoid harmful things and be moderate with that which is good.
I'm going to make a suggestion. I'm going to want you to complete your list, and then we'll do rapid fire questions. People got questions.
I'm going to give the last 2.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready? So you have caught yourself a cold. You need to fight it naturally. You whipped up your garlic, your lemon, a little bit of honey. You've taken your vitamin C. You've gone to bed early. There's 2 more things that you should do before you hit your bed. Okay. You should take an onion, chop it up, put it in a paper, put it inside a plastic bag on a paper towel, and wrap it around your feet. Okay. So this onion has incredible pulling properties, and the onion will help because your feet have the largest pores. It will pull toxins right through your feet. And I'm telling you, like I have broken so many fevers just by taking an onion. I cut it in half. My children never had the pleasure of, Mom's going to chop up the onion. No, I cut it in half. You're not going to move for a little while. I put their sock over the onion, and the cut side goes on their feet. Their fever is broken like within the hour. My kids don't even know what Tylenol, Advil, that doesn't even exist in our home. I don't know if I've ever bought that in their life, and now they're young adults. So that onion helps to fight your virus. So put those onion socks on, go to bed. And before I give the last tip, I'm seeing your face. So should we?
Yeah, we got to stop right there. As I mentioned earlier on, if my feet get cold and they stay cold for a while, I know trouble's coming for me.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, we are definitely going to chow flan. I have to try that. I have to try that because, as I said, I have some of my extremities once cold, and I feel it getting into my bones. It's done right there.
I'd like to know where your iron levels are at, because you're giving me symptoms of someone with low iron.
Well, I know my doctor says I have very low vitamin D levels, but yeah. Well, the next time I go to my doctor,
send me your next blood work, okay?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I will definitely. But that is a revelation right there. Okay.
Onion is super powerful. It helps with an earache. It helps with boils.
What did you say was helpful?
It helps with earaches. Yeah.
Onions?
Onions, yeah.
Okay.
Do the same thing. You strap the onion, the cut side, to your ear. But you can also make an ear infection medicine. But anyway, these are things that someone would have to talk to me privately to get all the details.
Yes. So people do that. Okay. What's your last point?
Before you put those onion socks on your feet, before you get into bed early, I want you to go into the shower. And I know, Dr. Vibe, you're not going to love this because this is how we opened up our conversation. But after you soap up with warm water, I'm not kidding, turn off the hot water or as low as you can stand and let cold water hit you. Try if you can for a minute. Go back to as hot as you can stand for a minute. Go back to as cold as you can stand for a minute. And do that 3 times. If you can only stand for 10 seconds, maybe it's too cold. But if you do the hot and cold shower right before you get in bed, then you put the onion socks on, you've taken your Camu and you're in bed and it's like 9 o'clock, you will probably wake up cured. The reason being is that when you have the heat and you go right to the cold, it forces your body to produce extra white blood cells. So it's really incredible that when you do this kind of a hydrotherapy, so this doesn't happen when you just walk outside in the cold. It has to be with water, hydrotherapy, the use of water for a healing method. So when you have that hot water and then you go through the cold water, your body's rapidly producing more white blood cells. Then you turn it off and you get to the warm water and then you go back to the cold. I'm telling you, it doesn't sound like, especially my Caribbean friends, why would I go into cold water to fight a cold? That doesn't make sense. You only need warm things. But I'm telling you, at the first sign of your cold, hot and cold showers, get into bed early, put those onion socks on. You're going to wake up like a brand new person.
Mic drop.
That's
All right.
I'm done.
All right. Now the catch up on the questions. J.R. Houston Jackson asks, what is nature's elixir? Water is nature's elixir, but what about wine?
Yeah, unfortunately, wine is an immune system suppressor. Even 2 ounces of alcohol will send your liver back in its detoxification process for 5 full days. And we had one of your amazing faithful viewers try this out, and for 5 days their blood pressure was in jeopardy after we had their blood pressure amazing for 3 weeks.
This is someone from one of the shows.
Yes, yeah,
okay.
he shared
okay.
actually. I'm sure he won't mind because it was Wayne Williams that had shared, an amazing financial advisor. If you ever need
Wayne Harris.
Wayne Harris. Sorry, I said Williams because Serena Williams is there. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Wayne Harris, amazing financial advisor. And he had got his blood pressure down, 2 ounces of alcohol, just casually at a client meeting. And for 5 days, his blood pressure was a mess. After 5 days, we were able to get it back to normal. But wine is alcohol. I know it has natural antioxidants in it, but the damage it does to the liver and your immune system is not even worth an ounce.
Okay. Next question. Leslie McEwen, Mental Health Simplified. Love that tagline. Asks, good morning, everyone. Have you heard of Love Biome products?
No, that's new for me.
All right. Okay. Next up, Food Plane says, how many hours before sleep should we not eat anymore for the day? And what happens to the body when we eat, then go to sleep?
So you want to for sure have nothing to eat, minimum 4 hours, but 6 is so much better. Okay. So the truth is that your digestive system requires the most energy than any one of your other systems, more than your respiratory system, your cardio system, your immune system. Digestion requires the most energy. Not a bad thing on a regular basis, but when your metabolism is the highest, when you're most active, that's when your body has more fuel. So you want to digest during your waking hours, and after 4 o'clock, your metabolism naturally slows down. So I recommend your last big meal is 2 or 3 o'clock in the day. Otherwise, while you're sleeping, you're digesting. And if your body has to use its energy to digest, because it will always go to the digestive system first, it won't leave your food undigested, then the rest of your systems suffer. Because while you're sleeping, you're supposed to be healing and repairing. But you will not be doing that if you're digesting.
Great stuff. Leslie McEwen says, great information. Ron Foster says, the key to life is moderation. Vincey Queen says, I use onion poultice with my children and it works. Ron says, the power of onions. Wow. J.R. Houston Jack says, I'm in awe. What? Well, get a consultation. You'll get more on. Food Plane says, I tried the onion in the sock thing. I forgot it was there and it went to and then went to the store. I was being chased by the neighborhood dogs. I couldn't figure it out. Then I remembered the onions. Class. I wish there was video of that. That's classic. That's classic. That is hilarious.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how someone forgets the onions in the socks, but I guess that's possible.
So
but that's so funny.
Oh my
God.
God.
Dogs have such an incredible smell.
Absolutely. Ron Foster goes, wow, wow, wow. Dr. Tachi says, wow, this is great. I haven't been sick since 2019, but this is good info. Ron Foster says, wow. I mean, because wine, wow, dog. Okay.
Yeah, that's real.
J.R. Houston Jack says, I'm in big trouble, Ron, because she's a wine connoisseur. Dr. Tachi says, yeah, J.R. Houston Jack, eyes emoji. She says, hey, Ron. Dr. Tachi says, hey, Ron, how you doing? And J.R. Houston Jack goes, I already know Dr. Tachi. Okay. And and J.R. Houston Jack says, enjoy the day all. Thanks for such great information. Well, thanks for helping make it an epic conversation. We got through it.
We did.
What time's the next appointment?
10:30.
Okay, that's why that's what I thought. I go, okay. One or two more quick conversation points to me because I want you to have a break. Are there any specific herbs or natural supplements that are particularly effective in preventing or fighting viruses?
Yes, so zinc is pretty great, as most people know, for your immune system. And, you know, again, I mean, I'm not sharing anything super new. I know we talked about, you know, the charcoal and those things, but oil of oregano is also very powerful. A little bit goes a long way. If you have essential oils, clove oil, eucalyptus oil, you can actually drink those if you have a pure essential oil. And so those can be pretty powerful as well. But I'm telling you, even if you had none of these at your disposal, like nothing beats sleep and hydrotherapy, getting lots of water in. You don't have to go to the store and stock up on expensive supplements. Like honestly, health, it's pretty close to free. And I know a lot of people just feel like, oh yeah, I have to have so much money to be healthy. No, you don't. Beans and cabbage and lettuce and apples, they're still pretty cheap compared to, you know, fish and chicken and cheese and all of these other things that clog the system. And wine, water is the cheapest beverage on the planet. You can exercise at home for free. You can go outside and get sunshine. You can go to bed early. None of these things cost money, you know? So just remember that you don't have to have all these superfoods. Turn off social media unless you're watching the Dr. Vibe show or Energy Shack, and get to bed early.
Or indie soup media. Gotta promote
yes.
Dr.
Or, any of our partners here. Watch good things, but like honestly, we just need to learn how to de-stress, how to relax, how to get to bed early, and exercise regularly. But remember, catching a cold is not a problem. Just don't let that cold catch you.
Okay, one more quick question, and we'll go quick. For busy individuals who struggle to eat healthy, what are your top tips for making holistic nutrition easier to maintain?
You've got to prepare. You can't go into if there's anybody who knows busy, I know busy. I know that I've got a snowshoe hike scheduled, but I put it in my schedule or I will not go outside because I'm running two businesses. I'm still a full-time nutritionist. Life is full. I still have a family that I take care of. So you've got to create your boundaries and you've got to prepare. Last night, what did I do? I made the salads for me and my husband for the next 3 days. I've got the food already in the freezer. It's already there. I don't have time every day to prepare all of these things. I made a big bottle of a healthy salad dressing. I'm going to prepare these things when I have an hour, a little bit of time, even a half an hour. So I've planned and I'm ready, because to be honest, right, what's going to happen when I'm through with the show and I've got back-to-back clients? Like, am I going to really like get up and make something from scratch? I don't have the time for that. So you've got to prepare and plan ahead. We've got really amazing containers. Make 3-4 salads in advance. Prepare your food in big batches, put it in the freezer, and schedule your time for exercise and walks and fresh air. And you know what? Doesn't matter what's due. You've got to shut it down at 8:30 so you can get to bed by 9:30, or at least before 10 o'clock. You're going to have those once in a while where you got to stay up late, but that cannot be the lifestyle. It's not worth it. You're useless when you're sick. You can't be of help to anybody. And then you've got to use your sick days. Why not use your sick days for work to like go for a bike ride or something, you know?
And that I just add on top, even if you work for yourself, have those sick days.
Absolutely. Take those
right?
times. Yeah. Yes.
All right.
You don't want to have to use those because you're not well.
Okay. We'll just finish up with all these comments. Ron Foster says, this was awesome.
Awesome.
Ron and says, the food plane. Wow, great stuff. Food plane says, thanks for the stream. Dr. Chachi says, to her community, Indie Soup folk, you have 2 great possible guests on screen. So I know Carolyn would be more than happy to go on any other platforms and chat. Vincy Queen says, thanks for clarifying the wine issue. I went to a herbalist and he had me boil the herbs in organic red wine, which I took as a detox cleanse. Ooh.
When you heat wine, the alcohol is gone. So he's probably not a terrible herbalist.
Okay. Ron Foster says, thank you. And Fitness IQ says, and me, LOL. And Tachi Chachi says, yes, you have the life that you schedule.
Yes, you got it.
All right. I know you've got a conversation in the next 2.5 minutes. That's why I'm going to kick you off. I'm going to text you. We got to chat today because I need your help.
Yeah, I'm free after 4. I think my last appointment from now to 4.
I will text you around 4 o'clock, and I will make sure people know as we close. And as always, Serena Will says, this was great. Thank you as always. Bye, Carolyn. Get out of here.
You. Take care of your bodies and your health. And we'll see you next month with how much protein is too much. Are we over proteining ourselves? And what does that mean for the human body? So make sure you tune in for April. April.
April, yes.
Wow.
All the best to you and the family. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. If producer, if you can help me out here, I'm going to read some things out here and we'll get Carolyn out because she's got things to do. All right. So if you have any questions about physical health for Carolyn, please email her, info@EnergyShackJuiceBar.com, and say you saw in the Morning Vibe. Energy Shack Juice Bar consultations. There is the link. Website information. There's the website, Energy Shack Juice Bar. Email, info@EnergyShackJuiceBar. Instagram, The Energy Shack Juice Bar. Facebook, Energy Shack Juice Bar. There's the phone number, 647-637-6755. And no excuses, because Carolyn is global. She has clients all around the world. So if you're outside of the North America, email her. She can set up a Zoom call. As always, special offer, consultation with nutritionists for $49 instead of $110 when you mention the Morning Vibe or Dr. Vibe. And email again, Carolyn, info@EnergyShackJuiceBar.com. Thank you, producer, for helping me out with that. All right, let's get some more comments here. Dr. Tachi says hello to Fitness IQ. Cam says, hey there. Dr. Tachi says, thanks, Carolyn. And Serena says, hey, Sora Tachi. C Nurse K says, great show. And Serena Will says, feel better, Dr. Vibe. Yeah, I'm battling a little bit today. But I'm pushing through, but I am going to get rest. I don't have too many other things today. So water and rest for rest of the day today. But I'm so glad that you all made it out today. And isn't Carolyn amazing? Is she not amazing? It is so good to have her as part of my journey, especially the health journey, but she's just good people. All right, just to update final poll results. Have you had or do you have a cold or flu virus this year? 62% said no, 38% said yes. Still pretty interesting numbers. Now, if you haven't, you've got marching orders on how to prevent it. Facts. All right. Vincey Queen says, extremely informative. Thank you. And Serena Will says, Carolyn Nicol rocks. Isn't that true? 100%. All right, we are done for the day. And thanks everyone for watching today. If you want to get a hold of Ryan, his website address, Ryan Oneil Knight, and that's Knight with a KN. LinkedIn, Ryan Oneil Knight. Instagram, Ryan at Ryan.Knight99. Email address, workwithme at RyanOneilKnight.com. If you want to get hold of me, website, the DRVIBESHOW.com, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, The Dr. Vibe Show, Instagram at The Dr. Vibe Show, X, DRVIBESHOW.com. No, not just X, DRVIBESHOW. Email address, dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. I'm also on Blue Sky at drvibe.sky.social. And you can watch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, Afro Caribbean Business Network on Facebook, and Ryan Oneil Knight on YouTube. That's a wrap. Actually, the poll just changed again. So 41% now say they've had a cold or flu, or I have the cold or flu this year, 59. So this is great. And thank you for being engaged. Especially, this is wonderful. And I found out this morning, put the poll up first thing. And that's just my producer remind me going forward, put it up early, and it works a lot. All right. Also, Dr. Taji says, get well soon, Dr. Vibe. I will do my best. And great show, Dr. Vibe, by Charmaine Hussey, the First Lady of ACBN, which is having a big event coming up at the end of this month, the symposiums. You will probably see one or people, well, at least Ryan talk about it because he's a member of that organization, and maybe some others who are appearing at the event on the Morning Vibe. So, First Lady of ACBN, hope you and your family are fine and safe. We miss you here in Toronto big time. All right. I believe we're done. And again, thanks for liking the conversation. Raymond McMillan, the McMillan Group, Eddie Jumba, Vincey Queen, thank you so much. This Friday coming up, Wayne Harris will be talking financial. I know he'll be chatting a bit about the tariffs and other things. Make sure that you are here for it. And as always, if you're up to it, please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show, especially on YouTube, and hit the notification button. I would love to come on Friday morning and hear we're at 710 subscribers. That would be great. And also like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Great. And also, thanks for people who are watching the YouTube Shorts. We are having incredible engagement on YouTube Shorts. So check out lots of shorts posted on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube. This is how we ended off. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Remember, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And as always, if you're not making money, make history. And if you can, do both. And then finally, make it better. Speak for me that I will be better for Friday's show. Get rid of this congestion that I'm having. That's why I'm hanging out with Carolyn on the phone this afternoon. And I'm going to go have my garlic and my lemon juice this afternoon in the next half an hour and get some rest. God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith while good. And we'll see you soon. Take care.
This whole thing of using your business with plant-based products, don't you think your life should reflect that too?
Juke him, Carolyn. Juke him. The family loves us here because they're saying Fitness IQ Can says put a wig on to get in.
Oh my God.
Like the ideas are just coming fast and furious here this morning. What? Okay, look at this. Global Women Ambassador. Good morning. Look forward. Okay.